glamour of winning the Champions League, or the European Cup as it was then, was very, very special. I mean, my last one it went to a penalty shootout, and the last time I kicked the ball was scoring a penalty in that. So that's very special, but it would have to be...
He's called them lazy, called them selfish, called them YouTubers. Graeme Souness really doesn't hold back. But behind every bit of anger, there's a reason. There's a story that made the grudge personal. Some of these feuds have lasted decades. Today, we're looking at 5 players Graeme Souness will genuinely never forgive. The reasons tell us something about his character. The reasons are absolutely wild. Before we dive in, here's the absolute truth. Graeme Souness was legendary. As a player, he was Liverpool's midfield general in the late 70s and 80s. He won 5 league titles and 3 European Cups. He was hard, skilled, a winner. If you're enjoying this breakdown of football's biggest feuds and grudges, hit hype on this video. It really helps push content like this to more football fans. But something changed when he moved into management, and even more importantly, when he became a pundit. The hardness that made him great as a player became something else entirely. It became about never backing down, never accepting he might be wrong, never forgiving anyone who challenged him. He built a reputation for tearing into players on television, and some of those arguments never healed. Let's start with the very beginning. Number 5. Phil Thompson. Go back to 1981. Liverpool Football Club. The boot room. Bob Paisley was the manager. He decided to strip the captain's armband from Phil Thompson and give it to Graeme Souness. Thompson had made errors that season, but in Thompson's mind, this wasn't about football. This was about Souness going behind his back, taking what was his. The two men played together after that, but the trust was shattered. Thompson refused to speak to Souness for years. They had to work together for the club, but it was cold, professional, never friendly again. This moment set a pattern. Souness would take what he wanted, push past anyone to get it, and if someone held that against him, he would never forgive them. Not in 30 years. Not ever. Number 4. Ali Dia. Jump to 1996. Southampton Football Club. Souness was the manager. The team had injuries. Souness was desperate. A phone call came in, someone claiming to be George Weah. The caller said his cousin wanted to play, a Senegalese player named Ali Dia. Souness didn't check, didn't verify. He just signed him. Dia came in. Immediately it was clear something was wrong. In training, he couldn't keep up. In a 5-a-side game, he was lost. Souness had signed him, so Dia played. Against Leeds United, he came on for Matt Le Tissier. It was chaos. Le Tissier said Dia moved like Bambi on ice. No control, no awareness. 53 minutes of confusion. Southampton lost 2-0. After that, Dia disappeared. George Weah had no cousin, no connection to Paris Saint-Germain. It was a prank. Other managers got the same call and said no. Souness said yes. It exposed him. For someone like Souness, that was unforgivable. Number 3. Andy Cole, Blackburn Rovers. Cole was a star striker. He had a Champions League medal from Manchester United. He won the League Cup with Souness, but the relationship turned toxic. Souness was old-fashioned. He believed in toughness and control through fear. Cole didn't need to be bullied. Souness singled him out, criticized him in front of everyone, denied him rest days other players got. Cole reported Souness to the Professional Footballers Association. He said he was being bullied, treated unfairly. This experienced professional said Souness's management style wasn't leadership, it was intimidation. For Souness, the PFA complaint was a betrayal of the dressing room code. For Cole, it was self-protection. The relationship never recovered. Another permanent grudge. Number 2. Craig Bellamy, Newcastle United, 2004. Souness arrived to replace Bobby Robson. His job was to pull the players into line. Bellamy was a talented but hot-headed striker. Souness decided he needed teaching. He moved him from striker to right wing. Bellamy saw it as a demotion. He fought back. During a substitution against Charlton, Bellamy muttered something derogatory at Souness. Souness saw it. The manager called a team meeting, called him names, terrible names, said he wished Nicky Butt had beaten him. Bellamy tried to defend himself. Souness came at him, grabbed for his throat, challenged him to sort it out like men in the gym. Alan Shearer had to physically pull Souness off Bellamy. It was chaos. The message wasn't leadership, it was aggression. Bellamy was loaned out, then permanently sold. The relationship was poisoned. This destroyed Newcastle. Bellamy was a key player. Souness replaced him with Michael Owen. Michael Owen was aging and expensive. Newcastle collapsed. from top 5 to 14th place, all because Souness chose aggression over man management. Number 1. Paul Pogba, the longest and most intense feud. The vendetta that defined Souness's time as a pundit. In 2016, Pogba came back to Manchester United. The fee was £89 million. Souness said immediately it was all out of sync, that the price was wrong, that Pogba wasn't worth it. Then Souness talked about Pogba's hairstyles, his social media, his celebrations, called him a YouTuber, a player who cared more about image than team, selfish, a player who didn't understand midfield. For Souness, midfield was about position, discipline, winning the battle. Pogba wandered. Pogba did tricks. Pogba played as if entertaining mattered more than winning. The criticism didn't stop. It intensified. 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. Years went by. Pogba was injured sometimes. He was away with France. He was at Juventus. But Souness kept going, said Pogba was a doddle to play against. Lazy, a pudding. In 2020, Pogba responded, said he didn't even know who Graeme Souness was. That must have stung. Souness's retort was immediate. Put your medals on the table. I've got a big table. 5 league titles, 3 European Cups. That gave him the right to judge anyone, even a World Cup winner. The worst thing that happened to Pogba, Souness said, was winning the World Cup. It made him think he was already complete, made him sit in his armchair instead of continuing to work. The critique ignored that Pogba played well for France and Juventus. But in Souness's view, Pogba was wasted talent, and he would never forgive him. What connects all 5 of these men? They all challenged Souness in different ways and at different times. Thompson challenged his authority directly. Dia exposed him as someone who could be fooled. Cole went outside the system. Bellamy refused to back down physically. Pogba represented everything modern that Souness hated. But they all showed the same lesson. Hardline ideology isn't enough. Being tough isn't everything. Winning in the past doesn't mean you understand the present. Souness built his identity on the idea that football is a man's game, that discipline and fear are leadership tools, that modern football has gone soft, that anyone who challenges this is weak. But his career tells a different story. At Liverpool, he inherited champions and left them in 6th place. At Newcastle, he took a top 5 team and left them fighting relegation. The players he couldn't manage weren't weak, they were talented. They just refused to accept his way as the only way. As a pundit, he's known for negativity, constant criticism, refusing to accept that things change. He criticised Jack Grealish the same way, defended his man's game comments even after criticism, refuses to apologise, refuses to adapt. That's why he's locked in these feuds. Forgiveness requires humility, and humility is not something Souness has offered. But remember this, Souness was genuinely great. As a player, he was elite. He won medals. He earned respect. The problem isn't that legacy. The problem is he can't move beyond it. He can't accept that football evolved, that players deserve respect without being bullied, that maybe he doesn't have all the answers. Those are the 5 players. Number 5, Phil Thompson. Number 4, Ali Dia. Number 3, Andy Cole. Number 2, Craig Bellamy. Number 1, Paul Pogba. 5 feuds. 5 major grudges. 5 reminders that Graeme Souness has won everything in football except the ability to let things go. Like this video if you really enjoyed it. Subscribe for more breakdowns of football's biggest stories and feuds. Tell me in the comments which of these 5 feuds shocked you the very most. Thanks for watching and thanks for your support.